Good evening, everyone, to the Suffern Village Board of Trustees meeting for Monday, March 2nd, 2026 at 5:30 p.m., please. And we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone please remain standing for a moment of silence for Anthony DeFalco. It is Elaine DeFalco, who's worked in our recreation department for many years. He passed away recently. I see him at different events, and he's a good father, a good friend, a great family man. Thank you all. Please have a seat. Roll call, please. Trustee Alpert.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Corrigan.
Present.
Trustee Hogue.
Present.
Trustee Osborn.
Present.
And Mayor Curley is present. We have upcoming meetings. We have a special meeting scheduled for Friday, March 20th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. That's to hand out the budget for the year, the mayor's budget, which I'll be presenting at that point to the village clerk. We have a regular meeting scheduled for Monday, April 6th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. And we have a regular meeting scheduled for Monday, May 4th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Can I have a motion approving the minutes for February 2nd of 2026, please? Motion, please.
Trustee Hogue.
Motion made by Trustee Hogue. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee Corrigan.
Second made by Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any in favor? All in favor? Motion passes. At this point, we're going to have a public hearing for local law amending the code of the Village of Suffern, revising the penalties for violating of various provisions of the village code. We're still working on that. We have to send it off to the county, and I'm still working on that with the code enforcement and with the village attorney. That's where we're going to be raising a lot of the fees, so there's a minimum fee into the thousands of dollars to try to combat the code enforcement problems that the village is suffering and many communities are having. So at this time, I just want to open up. The public hearing, and I'm going to be adjourning it. So I have a motion to open up the public hearing, please.
Motion.
Trustee Osborn.
Motion made by Trustee Osborn.
Second, Trustee
Seconded
Alpert.
by Trustee Alpert. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. So unless no one doesn't have a comment, I'm actually going to adjourn it to the next meeting of April 6th. So can I please, at this point, have a motion to adjourn the public hearing to April 6th, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by Trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Hogue.
Second made by Trustee Hogue. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Police Department, please.
Good evening, everyone. In the month of February, the police department responded to 1,036 calls for service. I don't have any agenda items tonight, but I did just want to speak to the board briefly in regard to the recent activity in the Middle East. In light of the attacks in Iran and the potential for related tensions to impact communities domestically, our department's actively monitoring available intelligence through our federal, state, and regional law enforcement partners. At this time, there are no known credible threats. We are just keeping an eye on it for precautionary purposes. Excuse me. We've directed additional patrol presence around locations that could be considered symbolic or high visibility targets, including houses of worship, transportation hubs, and our hospital here at Good Samaritan. The officers have been briefed to remain vigilant for any suspicious activity and will be maintaining close coordination with our partner agencies. Again, I would just like to stress these measures are purely precautionary at this time, and we're going to continue assessing developments in real time and adjust our responses necessary to ensure everyone's safety. That's all I have for today.
Thank you, Chief.
I just have a quick question, Chief. So I'm not asking for any details, especially not in an open meeting, but I just wanted to make sure, before coming to this meeting tonight, I happened to notice on Hillside, there was multiple sheriff's vehicles lined up. I just want to make sure you guys are involved.
Yeah, that's typically the sheriff's department does evictions and things like that.
I just want to make sure that you guys were aware.
Their realm, that's what they're doing.
I was just a little,
Yep.
like, hey, I don't see a suffering.
We have good communication with them.
Okay.
If they, most of the time evictions, they take care of by themselves. They do need assistance, they'll give us a call, but that's what that is.
I wasn't sure. I just was surprised I didn't see a Suffern vehicle with.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Fire Department, please.
Good evening. I have one agenda items of accepting Raymond Fugazi as a new member of the Volunteer Hose Company Number 1.
I have a motion accepting Raymond Fugazi as a new member of the Volunteer Hose Company number 1, please. Motion, please.
Trustee Osborn.
Made by trustee Osborn,
Second, Trustee
second
Corrigan.
by trustee Clarke. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
At this point, I'd like to bring up Nicholas Johu. He's actually, can you want to come up here, please? He is actually, come up here to the stage. Just stand right there a minute, okay? He's in Troop 21 in Suffern, and he's taking on an Eagle Scout project, for the village of Suffern here, okay? He's an 11th grader. I see him at all our different events, okay? He brings his sister with him, who's sitting back there. She always comes with him. And, he's going to be working in our train museum. He's going to be doing a nice so handicapped people can get in there too, right? So he's going to do a nice path, a walkway, a nice little path there. And we're there to assist him, and we're proud to have you to do it, okay? So I'm going to come up there and get a picture with you, okay? Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you come back here? Kathy, come up further, and you get a picture back here. We'll all stand up with you, okay? Get a nice picture with you, okay? That's his project he has in his hand, so you show it off, okay? Okay, and anything you need from us, you let us know, okay? And we'll help you. We're proud to have you, okay? Did your sister want to get in the picture too?
As Mayor Curley said, I'm doing Eagle Scout project this summer.
Here, you come here, and you spoke in right this microphone for you, okay? So that way it's on the record, okay? Okay. Go right there. Okay?
All right, you all can hear me? So, as Mayor Curley said, I'm doing an Eagle Scout project at the Suffern Railroad Museum. I want to do a sign and a walkway in order just to get people have greater access into the museum, as well as making the museum better known in our community. Often when I talk to my friends, teachers, coaches, people in our community, and I tell them I'm doing a project here, they always say, I never knew we had a railroad museum. And that's the reason why I want to make a sign and bring more people into the museum, because I believe our village has a big history in the railroads, and I think it's very important. I have some packets here for you guys to pass around that show a 3D model of what I want to do. It's not accurate, but it will show you what I generally want to do.
Is this one you saved? It's one you gave me already, right? Good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See, when they do one of these projects, they have to come to the local community and they sign off, okay? He was again, I've seen him at many events throughout the years, and he's a very caring person in this community, and we appreciate you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I hope you all were able to look at the project. See, I think I submitted my proposal last night to the Loughlin Eagle board, but I really want to make sure that the community knows about this project so that when it's finally completed, that everybody can know about it and know to go to the museum. I believe it's very important that people are educated in history, and I think this is a good example of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thinking of us. Thank you.
Okay. At this point, I'd like to have a motion, open up public comment, please. Can I have a motion, please?
Trustee Hogue.
Motion made by trustee Hogue, second by
Trustee Corrigan.
trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. At this point, if anyone has something they want to say, please come up to the microphone. Okay. Being there's none, can I have a motion, please, to close the public comment period, please?
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee
Second
Osborn.
made by trustee Allen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Department of Public Works, please. John, you got most of the work tonight, Charles. Let's go.
Good evening. Resolution item A, exercising the option to renew the refuse and recycling collection container service contract for 2 years.
Okay, this is up in the Bonnier Stonegate area. Years ago, it came up where Suffern actually does the bidding process, but since the options are there, you're better off exercising the option price-wise. If you give them another chance to give you a new price, you usually get beat up. So it actually helps those communities in their garbage collection. So can I have a motion exercising the option to renew the refuse and recycling collection container service contract for 2 years? Motion, please.
Motion, Trustee
Motion
Alpert.
made by trustee Alpert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Second made
Hogue.
by trustee Hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Resolution item B, rejecting the bids for the backwash and waste tank pump station control panel upgrades project at the water treatment facility.
Can I have a motion rejecting the bids for the backwash and water tank pump station control panel upgrades? Motion, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Osborn.
Motion made by trustee Osborn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Resolution item C, authorizing solicitation of formal bids for water and wastewater treatment plant chemicals with a return date of March 18th, 2026 at 2:30 p.m.
This is a process we go through every year, sending out bids for the budget. We try to do it a little bit earlier so we get it in before we actually put the budget out, so we come up with exact numbers versus, estimates on that, okay? So, a motion authorizing solicitation of formal bids for the water and wastewater treatment plant chemicals with a return date of March 18, 2026. Motion, please.
Trustee Hogue.
Motion made by trustee Hogue. Second, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Second by trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Resolution item D, authorizing to solicit bids for the hook and ladder firehouse roof replacement project with a return date of March 25th, 2026 at 3 p.m.
Yeah, it just needs a major roof job on the ladder company, on the hook and ladder company. So we'll put this out early so we can try to get it done early in the year for them. So can I have a motion authorizing to solicit bids for the hook and ladder firehouse roof replacement project with a return date of March 25th, 2026. Motion, please.
Trustee Osborn.
Motion made by trustee Osborn. Can I get a second, please?
Second,
Trustee
Trustee
Corrigan.
Hogue.
Second made by trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Resolution E, confirming Mayor Curley's appointment of Christopher Downey as a maintenance helper.
He works in that section, but he's supposed to be at a higher rank there, so we're just putting where he's supposed to be. So I have a motion confirming Mayor Curley's appointment of Christopher Downey as a maintenance helper in the sewer plant. Motion, please.
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion made by trustee Alpert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Second made by
Hogue.
trustee Hogue. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Resolution item F, awarding the contract for the backwash and waste tank pump station control panels upgrade project at the water treatment facility to Rapid Pump and Service Company on an emergency basis.
I have a motion awarding the contract for the backwash and water tank pump station control panel upgrades project at water treatment facility to Rapid Pump and Service Company on an emergency basis. Motion, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Osborn.
Second made by trustee Osborn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles, very much, sir. Treasurer, please.
Good evening, Mayor Curley. Good evening, Board of Trustees. I have 3 items. The 4th item is not happening tonight, so my apologies for that. First resolution I have is last month we approved spending for an engineering study downtown. The first resolution is to budget transfers to accommodate for that spending.
So all these monies are in our budgets, we're just transferring in different sections of the budget, but this still plays right into the budget that we came with. So I have a motion, transfer funds from street maintenance, shade tree, and park maintenance to street lighting, miscellaneous administrative. Motion, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Second made by
Hogue.
trustee Hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. The second resolution out there is to establish the project for the streetscaping project the engineering study is being done on, and also to allocate fund balance to provide for that.
Right. All we're doing now is not spending any money yet. We're just establishing the project and putting money there. The downtown for this board is a very big concern, and we feel the lighting is not adequate enough. Even certain things with the trees and how they block the lighting, and even the different grates that are there, all right? And actually doing repair work or shall I say even maintenance on the sidewalks from over time, how grease builds up and stuff. So it's important to put energy into that. So hopefully we can pull different and new businesses in, okay? As we know, the old burnt out building is there, but that building someone has bought it and they're waiting to give us plans so they can go ahead and get that one going. But as I even said the last meeting, what I've realized that we had brought an expert in lighting, and this village board did a couple years ago to look downtown. And they came back and said, your lighting's okay, all right? It's adequate. You don't have to do anything, and I deal with Charles Sawicki on this a lot, you know, and actually Danielle's helping me with it, and Melissa Raymond's helping me with it too. But my own observation is that electric has gone up so much where businesses years ago would keep their lighting, leave it on throughout the nights. Everybody turns their lights off right away to save the electric because they can't afford the electric bills. So we have a responsibility in government to provide more there and give more lighting, in my opinion. So that's what we're doing. And not just that, but the streetscape includes the beautification of downtown. And then, you know, I mean, unfortunately, capitalism, or fortunately, capitalism is sometimes what causes and market of who comes and who goes. But if we do our share to make it better, then maybe it helps other people to see we're trying hard, so they will. So it's going to be, we don't need to finance it. We'll have the money for this. You know, it could be up to $1 million. You know, we're putting 800 here, but it could be $1 million. And we've been very smart in our spending, and Gregg working with me and his board working with me. So it's a necessary, and we'll be doing it. Okay, so that's what that's about. So sorry to give you that long-winded talk, but awarding the contract. Let's see. Capital Project 2604, Downtown Improvement, Streetscaping. Can I get a motion, please?
Trustee Osborn.
Motion made by Trustee Osborn. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second made by
All right, second made by Trustee Alpert.
Trustee Alpert.
The whole board.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. And the final resolution out there is for budget transfers to provide for the emergency pump station replacement control panel.
Yep, motion for the budget transfer and water funds for emergency replacement of pump station control panel. Motion, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by Trustee Hogue, seconded by Trustee motion made by Trustee Hogue, seconded by Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Now, even with that one, that's just, you know, just try to keep on the upgrades, keep those things in good shape, but it's emergency repair, which we'll get done, and we'll do it right. That'll also come out of for the most part, out of the budget. A little bit will come out of the contingency fund. Okay, so, but otherwise we're all in good shape. Now, we were going to have to approve the 25 quarter financial statements, but we only had a draft so far, and we don't have the actual full statement yet. So we want to wait for that full statement. But going over it, so far, we met with the independent auditors. They came in and with Gregg, and we just we're in good shape. The village is strong, and we'll continue in that path. Okay. Thank you very much, Gregg. Okay. Any reason to go into Chief? I always ask you first. No, Chief. No. Any reason to go into executive session? No. No. I'm just always thinking of Chief.
Maybe.
Welcome, sir. Okay, no executive session. The trustees have anything to talk about, anything? No. Okay. At this point, I'd like to have a resolution, just another part-time clerk here, appointing Emily Borikowski as a part-time clerk, with the approval of the personnel, county personnel. So, a motion, please?
Trustee Osborn.
Motion made by Trustee Osborn. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Second made
Hogue.
by Trustee Hogue. All in favor?
Aye.
Any, all in favor? No opposed? Motion passes. A resolution, every couple of years here, we do this with the county, where they gave us a certain amount of fee for Hallett Place, and, for different maintenance we do, for the train station and for Hallett Place. So, we got a little more money at them, okay? And we got some money that we can use to maybe put railings up on the train station side by Rampo Avenue. We're going to put, and then do different potholes and stuff on Hallett Place. So can I have a motion authorizing the mayor to sign an intermunicipal agreement with the county of Rockland for the use of Hallett Place H-Lot improvements as various park and ride lot facilities within the village of Suffern? Motion, please.
Motion, Trustee Alpert.
Motion made by Trustee Alpert. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Trustee
Second made
Corrigan.
by Trustee Corrigan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, okay? At this point, I would like to just mention and bring out, a couple of, from what we call Suffernons, people from Suffern here. Pat Withers will be the Grand Marshal for the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Pearl River. Okay? So I just want to let the public know, that's a great honor, great accomplishment. Even his dad had it years and years ago, and I think it's good if we all go there and we hoot and holler for him in Pearl River, okay? If you go that way. I was there last year. I actually marched, with different people. I did a lot of hoot and holler. I couldn't talk for 2 days after that event, okay? So that's just the craziness about me. But I'll just remind you on that, okay? And then also, Glenn Wilson received a big award. It's called the Charles M. Fowles Award for 52 years of firefighting and community service. It's a combination, all right? And that was, I think they surprised him on that. We didn't know about it. I probably would have went to it. He was clueless. Yeah, he was clueless, right. We didn't know about it either. That's the problem. So you shouldn't keep the board clueless, Sometimes, it's a nice thing to do. Anyway, so for the future, okay? For the future, okay? And he also works hard on our holiday parade too. A holiday parade we have every year. So just want to note that also. Otherwise, I think anyone else have nothing to say, I'll take a motion to. Young man there, you here for your friend, or you here for him? All right, okay. I didn't know if you want to get up and give a speech. That's all. Okay.
I suddenly remembered a different thing that I was going to say, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
All right, okay. Next time, when he finishes the project, I'm calling him back. Him and his sister come. Just keep in touch with them. Okay? So at this point, I'd like to make a motion to close the meeting, please.
Trustee Corrigan.
Motion made by Trustee Corrigan. Can I get a second, please?
Trustee Hogue.
Second made by Trustee Hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thanks for coming, folks.